Alright, how does this look? Okay, a bit of troubleshooting between this episode and the last episode. When I launched OBS after I finished my lunch, I tried to... because I use a game capture usually to recognize the screen recording, but it wasn't showing up anymore, even though I was selecting the P4 client, so... we're doing display capture, and hopefully this doesn't fuck anything up. And I changed the resolution back to 4K too, because this is a pretty old game. I should be able to handle that, but... troubleshooting aside, we are continuing with what should be the last episode of P3. Hoping to knock it out. Got my water. Let's jump into it. So everyone's going their separate ways now. After seeing my companions off, I concentrate and find everyone's locations. I have been entrusted with the task of providing support to everyone else. The ability to disseminate information among them will all be key in navigating through the twisted labyrinth. Since I cannot fight directly, I need to help everyone as much as I can with my own abilities.
Are you all okay? I don't sense any enemies nearby, so please concentrate on regaining your strength.
Right. Ow.
Are you okay, Fuka-san? You were only rescued a little while ago. Is it okay for you to use your persona so soon?
Thank you. I'm all right. I'm sorry we dragged you into this.
She is concerned about me, though I'm sure that she has been badly hurt herself.
Huh, we just screwed up. We're really thankful you guys came.
In any case, let's recover as quickly as possible so we can go after Labrys and the others.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not just Chie-san. When the persona users of Inaba found out that I was being held captive, they all put themselves in danger to find me. It makes me truly happy to be able to fight alongside these people.
Huh?
Oh, is it Adachi? Oh my god. He's still looking for his cola. We did an episode of Theodore here. Without warning, one of the caskets in the room opens with a creak and a tall man steps out of it. Blue clothes, silver hair, golden eyes. Who in the world is he? I can sense his power, but I feel no hostility from him. He doesn't seem to be a shadow.
Ah! A ghost! Ah! Why are you screaming? We're the ones who freaked out!
Oh, I apologize. I was caught in the moment.
Those clothes. They're very similar to the dresses Margaret and Elizabeth wear.
Ah, so you are acquainted with my sisters. I am their younger brother, Theodore.
Elizabeth? That really strong girl with the book? What's her family doing here?
Well, my sister has given me a task, so I've come to the world outside, but along the way, I sensed the presence of Elizabeth nearby.
And that's how you came out of this coffin? What kind of horror flick did we walk into?
Elizabeth is close by? She's tremendously powerful, but I don't sense her at all.
Oh, she is most likely hiding her presence, so as to not hinder your journey. But I am certain that she will be watching over a battle around here. As evidence of this, please look here. There are potato chip crumbs in the bottom of this coffin, and in her favorite flavor at that.
Oh, what is it? Barbecue? Better not be ketchup.
Well, if anyone was gonna eat potato chips in a coffin, it'd be her.
These guys are putting kind of a damper on the urgency of this situation.
I like the local variety with the beef flavor. Oh, I can't get enough.
Can we stop talking about potato chips? Theodore, right? We haven't run into Elizabeth.
Or any potato chips.
Yes, it seems I was just a tad too late. It's all right. There was merely a little something I wished to ask her.
What's that?
I want to ask her where the cola is. This is how Theodore's story goes. While out on an errand, Theodore saw a glimpse of his older sister Elizabeth. He then decided to follow her and eventually reached this tower. What he describes as being out on an errand during a situation like this seems odd, but Yu seems to understand and says that this man's sudden appearance makes sense if he really is related to the person he claims to be his sister. It seems that the man in blue is able to move around without being constrained by the rules that we've all been having trouble with. Could that be related to why he feels different from everyone else? Theodore wanders around the room for a bit, but eventually he seems satisfied and comes back to us.
Upon closer inspection, it seems you're all quite wounded. Forgive me for asking so brazenly, but why is it you continue to fight, even when you have been hurt to this extent?
Why?
A little bewildered by this sudden question. What are we fighting this battle for?
Are you asking why we're fighting?
One moment, please.
Theodore raises a hand to stop us, then furrows his brow in thought.
Hearing it from you would be too easy. I see. Could my sister have given me this opportunity to see the outside world, to broaden my horizons?
Are you alright?
Ah, please forgive me. It seems I have a great deal to learn for myself.
I guess he's kind of reached a conclusion.
I'm sorry for causing you trouble. It seems this is a question I must answer on my own. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be taking my leave.
Huh? You mean you're going back?
Yes, this conversation with you has been highly significant. Please, excuse me.
What the hell was that just now?
Did he just jump back in the coffin?
I've got no idea, but... Wait, what now?
Hey, he came back.
I'd almost forgotten. If you truly are in a great hurry to reach the top of this tower, then please make use of this door here. Well then,
What door? That is a coffin!
That was mysterious.
Theodore asked us why we are fighting. The reason I had such a hard time finding an answer is because I couldn't find a way of putting it into words. I mean, we all have our own reason for being here. We peeked behind the coffin lid that Theodore left through and discovered a set of stairs leading up. I thanked the man for his brief and but helpful appearance and then tried to locate the others at once. Good, I can sense everyone's strong wills as they go around the school. It's reinvigorating and I feel my own spirit lifting. What I need to do right now is focus on doing my best. But what is your best, huh? You know what my best is? To be continued. Exactly. So who is next? Akihiko? And Aigis. It's only one path from here on, okay. Let's do Akihiko then first. So he's splitting up with Mitsuru. In order to search for the Inaba persona users, Mitsuru and I searched the school building for an exit out of the tower. But the interior of the building has been warped into a complex maze. I don't think we'll get out that easily.
I'm detecting a set of stairs just up ahead. Would you please try going down a floor?
Got it. Let us know if anything else comes up.
This maze is rather troublesome. We must hurry on.
Mitsuru mutters to herself after she and Fuka end their conversation, and her voice sounds tenser than usual. It looks like something on her mind, so I decided to talk to her.
Are you still upset at how you and his friends got caught up in this?
I am, but what truly bothers me is how I cannot get a full grasp on the Sho Minazuki character, who has been behind everything.
Are we sure he's a persona user? When he fought against Labras, he didn't use a persona.
In addition to that, the one who called himself the persona behind Labras's disappearance said that he had no persona. Granted, that could have been an act to confuse us, but that still seemed like a very unclear way of doing things. It's hard to believe that what he just said now was just an act.
When I spoke directly with Minazuki, I saw his persona myself. This matches with what Narukami and his friends attested.
Could he have an accomplice?
An accomplice? Huh. Akihiko, this is only a hypothesis, but what if there were two Minazukis to begin with?
Two? You mean the one who called himself Sho and the one who called himself Minazuki are two different people?
No. His personalities changed before our very eyes. There's no doubt that they're the same body. But what if this isn't a case of multiple identity disorder? What if the two truly are completely separate personalities existing in the same body?
Completely separate? What do you mean?
Mitsuru-senpai, I'm detecting a shadow just up ahead of you.
We immediately end our discussion when Fuka's voice reaches us. There's only one door ahead of us at the end of the hallway. It doesn't seem a way around whatever's in our path.
It'd be too much trouble to try to head back. Let's break through here, Mitsuru.
It seems there's no other way. The situation is growing more and more dire by the moment. We must deal with this as quickly as possible.
We rush to the door and charge inside. On the other side is a normal classroom. Well, normal if you ignore the bizarre decorations all over, with a blackboard, lectern, and rows of desks. The ace detective of Inaba is waiting for us here.
It's been a while. You two seem to have made it out of your predicament. How does it feel to have been rounded up like that?
This Naoto is a fake, there's no reason to doubt it. But it's well made. It would be hard to tell the difference unless you had shadow detecting abilities like Fuka. If the enemy's goal was to carve off pieces of our persona in battle, These accurate doubles could easily have been used as weapons against us.
Enough idle conversation. Let's get this over with. We don't have a lot of time.
Sure,
Wait,
man.
Akihiko.
As I get impatient to go into battle, Mitsuru's voice stops me. True, I guess we should listen to the fake's dying words. We may be able to gain some clues after all.
There's something I want you to tell me before I slay you.
What is it? You can ask, but it doesn't mean I'll answer.
Who created you fake people? Who is Minazuki?
That's an odd thing to ask. Didn't you meet him yourself only a few moments ago? You should ask him yourself. Then again, you won't be getting that chance as you'll never leave here.
Mitsuru. Because we used Akihiko twice, I think. Alright. I'm not used to using her. I should try using her charged attack because that does a lot of damage. Start with the basic combo though. Need to get some SP.
Keep it up!
Okay, then this.
The enemy's shaking.
Oh, okay.
That was something to witness. Thank you.
I know, perfect round somehow. I was trying to use Mitsuru's charge attack for her stab, but I don't know how to use it.
Please sit back and enjoy the spectacle of extinction. Well then.
That's that. What an irritating jeer, the fake now begins to crumble. Red pillars disappear as well, and a set of stairs leading downwards appears inside the classroom.
Mitsuru-senpai! Akihiko-senpai! Are you alright?
Yeah, no problems on our end. The shadow disappeared before we could get any information out of it, though.
We can't waste any time. Let's keep moving while we talk.
Okay. Please head down those stairs then. That should get you out of the tower.
We follow Fuka's directions and head for the exit. Along the way, I decide to pick up our discussion on Sho's true character.
Mitsuru, back to what we were talking about earlier. It looked like Sho changed right in front of us. He switched personalities. What makes you think that it's not the ordinary form of split personality?
Do you recall the conversation in the limo about Ikutsuki's personal experiments? I said there was an indication that a plume of dusk was used.
You mean the human experimentation we were talking about? That's definitely something a guy like Ikutsuki would have come up with.
What if Ikutsuki's experiments on Minazuki involved transplanting a plume of dusk into a living person?
What if we know that already because Labrys sensed a plume of dusk inside Minazuki?
What? Why would he do something like that?
Damn it, why would he?
Considering that it could have been part of Ergo Research's attempts to create artificial persona users, it makes sense. It's most likely that Ikutsuki implanted a plume of dusk into Minazuki in order to intentionally try to force a persona to appear.
Shit, really?
But Sho Minazuki didn't awaken to the persona ability. That much can be gathered from the fact that Ikutsuki labeled the experiment a failure.
That bastard performed terrible experiments on young children, all for his own gain. And he called this a failure? Ikutsuki put something strange inside a living person and simply wrote off what he did as a failure. That only proves how insane he'd be.
Contrary to Ikutsuki's expectations, though, the experiment had a different result.
What? Don't tell me.
If a plume of dusk was implanted into the body of a person who already had a personality, what would happen?
A plume of dusk stimulates the creation of an ego. So it's not out of the question that it would create a new personality in the same body.
In other words, it wasn't split personalities in Sho's mind, but two completely different entities in the same body. I see. So what they're trying to get at here is that Sho, the Plume of Dusk, literally created a personality within him, and like since he's a human who already had an ego, right? It just created another person inside his body. All right, I get it. The original Sho and the personality that was created within the Plume of Dusk was put inside him now calls itself Minazuki. Maybe it's this second personality that has the ability to use a persona.
According to the records, after the operation, Minazuki entered a vegetative state after some time. Thus, Ikutsuki let go of Minazuki. He was then transported to a hospital in the suburbs of Inaba, and what happened from that point on, I can only speculate. But I wonder what sort of life Minazuki led after he regained consciousness.
That's what I want to know too, which is why we should have had an episode dedicated to him to give him more backstory, flesh him out as a character, and, you know, make him actually empathetic as a character rather than how we see him now, which is kind of a angry guy. Mitsuru's expression softens. Even if Minazuki was created by Ikutsuki, this is just one last way that Ikutsuki's ghost still haunts us. The research only followed similar experiments created by the Kirijo group. If Sho's past is as Mitsuru describes, then he's yet another victim of the Kirijo group, not just an enemy to be defeated. Imagine if Ikutsuki did this with Strega as well. Chiori, Jin, and Takaya. You could have, like you could have persona users and then give them Plumes of Dust, give them like 2 personas. Make them like artificial wildcards. And only after we pass through the main entrance, we see a path leading to the school's main gates, which are painted in a strange pattern. Beyond that, nothing but red fog. There's no telling what state the town is in right now.
Labra said that she wanted to speak with Minazuki. And now, so do I.
We'd better rescue Yukiko's group and get back here then.
Indeed. Let us accomplish our duties with haste.
There's no point in denying that Kirijo is partly responsible for this series of cases. That truth won't change, and it's obvious that this is weighing heavily on Mitsuru's shoulders since she is the head of the Kirijo group now. That's why I believe I truly understand how Mitsuru felt when she made the choice to step back from the front lines earlier. She put trust in her comrades. That's how it should be. We can count on our teammates to get the job done.
Fuka, what's Yukiko's position?
I sensed something southeast of there. Please be careful.
As Fuka communication gets cut out, the school building behind us makes a groaning sound. It's so loud now, I get the feeling that there isn't a lot of time left. Oh, screen shake. Mitsu and I nod to each other before we begin running towards town. Even the black screen is shaking. You just can't see it because it's all black. To be continued. What? That's it? Okay. Guess that's all we're seeing for now. And now we get to see Aigis and Teddy.
I'm worried about Yuki-chan and Rise-chan. Hang in there, ladies. I'll come get you in no time.
Still, this hallway has been going on forever. If this continues, we will be unable to make any progress.
My lengthy time bound to the cross resulted in a serious strain on my energy reserves. My condition has deteriorated to the point where even normal maneuvers will be difficult. If we were to face another shadow, I might be at a severe disadvantage. On top of that, the young man named Sho displayed godlike abilities. My sister and the others are in pursuit of a target with the point to freeze everyone present. I can't help but worry about them. I feel my heart sinking as these thoughts arise in my head. Teddy walks along me, peering into each of the classrooms as we pass them. Perhaps his increased chattiness since we left the others is an attempt to lighten my spirits.
Aww. Just thinking that danger is closing in on those innocent ladies even as we speak is making my fur fall out. I'll be positively bare.
Your fur is falling out. Perhaps it is merely your shedding season.
No. I'm extremely sensitive, and I lose fur when I'm stressed. Just the other day, Kanji lured me into a trap with some ice cream. He then kept nuzzling me over and over, and I ended up with a big old bald spot on my head. It was terrible.
Well, it's certainly not showing in your portrait.
I see. Kanji-san's extreme expression of love puts stress upon your fur. I will add that to my data file on you.
By the way, are you tired at all, Ai-chan? If you do feel a little logy, feel free to snuggle up against me whenever you like.
No, I'm more concerned for the others in town.
No, completely ignored. But I'm sure they'll be okay. My friends are really strong, you know.
You trust them, don't you?
Of course! You believe in Michan and the others too, don't you?
Yes, I do. They're all precious to me.
We're the same after all. You're sparkling too.
Sparkling?
I love everyone who's nice to me. And the world where everyone that I love lives in really sparkles. And I want to protect that sparkle and help everyone out.
Teddy's large eyes are guileless and honest when he speaks of his friends. I'm an anti-shadow weapon, and yet Teddy's presence is similar to those of the shadows that I have been exterminating. Doesn't that have any importance?
Thinking about someone else strengthens your own powers. We know of that phenomenon.
So why doesn't that Minazuki guy get that? Does he not see the sparkling?
Teddy then declares that it's up to him to become Minazuki's friend, eventually become to a door next to a sign reading music room. Teddy sniffs for some time as if searching the room, then sneezes loudly.
Achoo! Ugh. We can't get to the exit unless we go through here. By the way, won't you take a little break here? You still seem exhausted, and I'm worried about you.
Nope, sorry, drinking water. Teddy looks at me with worry when he suggests that we should have descended quite a bit by now, and there is still no sign of the exit. There's no time to hesitate, but most of all, I can't let myself become a burden either.
Thank you. You're truly kind.
Of course I am. It's basic bear etiquette.
Teddy puffs out his chest with pride as he puts his hand on the music room door.
We're barreling in! Excuse us!
There is nothing of note in the room but a grand piano. I'm about to suggest that we take a short break here, but a warning alerting me of approaching shadow appears in my vision. This reading is close.
Target acquired. An anti-shadow weapon and a shadow. Commencing elimination.
When I hear that flat mechanical voice, a giant axe instantly appears above us. What? Okay, it's a Shadow Labrys, but it's not the same Shadow Labrys that we saw and played as. In a flash, I realized that we were being ambushed, but my body's too exhausted to move like I wanted to. It's going to hit me. If I take any more severe damage, I'll be destroyed.
Hi, John!
Teddy shoved me away as I tumbled to the floor. The fog and dust stirred up from behind the impact began to settle, and I see the giant blade embedded into the floor right where I had been standing. Teddy's been hit by the attack meant for me, and now he's lying motionless on the ground.
Man, you're weak. I was just trying to surprise you a little.
You're a copy of my sister.
I was ordered to take part in a battle near here. But that don't matter anymore. I'm gonna do whatever I want starting now.
Hi, John! Run!
Man, this shadow's persistent. Once I'm done with Igus, I'm gonna grind you down to fertilizer.
Teddy!
Damn, she killed Teddy. The axe strikes Teddy a heavy blow and he slams into the wall before sliding down into a heap. I try to rush to his side, but...
No!
I wasn't careful enough. The strike at Teddy was part of a combo with the second attack, anticipating that I would come to try to come to his aid. Though I was able to avoid a direct hit, the tip of the axe catches my leg with a dreadful noise. I stand up and prepare to dodge any further attacks, but the hit I just took has become enough to damage my leg. I won't support my weight and I fall to my knees.
My frame's been cracked.
Copying my sister's smirk, confidently and slowly approaches me. It seems to know that I'm incapable of moving with any agility now. Right then I notice that the red pillars have appeared in the corner of the room, trapping us. There's no way to escape.
I was trying to hurt you, you know? I knew you were weakened, Igus. It's so easy. Just target the weakest one, and the numbers will drop on their own. These bonds are pretty useful.
It knew I was weakened after all. I realized that I was in severe damage right now. Soon there will be no way to prevent it from claiming Teddy and me as victims. Up until now I've witnessed how my sister's shadow is how my sister herself fought when her heart has been disabled. That's why I thought that I understood how to deal with this fake version of her too. When my sister was in that state, she and her shadow fought in the same way, using her body's full potential and fueled by an inner drive to destroy. Each attack from them was a threat, but such straightforward opponents are simple to deal with. But this fake is different. She isn't berserk like a shadow, and she hasn't lost her heart. In other words, she has both cunning and power, and can fight like my sister when she's in her normal state.
In other words, she knows of my special qualities as an upgraded version of her hardware, and can precisely target my weaknesses.
Yeah, but does she have Orgia mode though? Biggest difference between the 5th generation Labrys, my sister, and me is our attack ranges and Orgia mode. While my standard weapons are firearms, my sister has no long-range weaponry, aside from some of her persona abilities. Normally I would have an advantage over her, provided that I'm able to keep a distance between us. My damaged leg robs me of my mobility, so I can't do that right now. The fighter able to hit harder will have the upper hand here. The double must have known that and targeted my leg from the start.
I already made a mistake in the limousine, and this will be my second blunder today. If only I had been better able to deal with things.
My regrets spill from my mouth as the axe in the Shadow's hand rises and higher. My sister's axe weighs close to the third as much as her body, and she activates boosters to deliver an even more destructive attack, speeding up her swing to truly dangerous rates. A single hit from it could be enough to put me into a helpless state. As if that wasn't bad enough, I can barely stand up as is, and I can't aim properly.
I yearned for power so that I could protect my comrades, but...
What are you muttering about? You're next, Digus. Come at me!
I couldn't respond to a sudden ambush. Those close to me have been wounded. I can't save anyone like this!
Now that I'm facing a truly desperate moment, something surges from the depths of my heart. Anger. Anger at myself and my powerlessness. I don't want to use my damage as an excuse for my death. Move, Igus, move! Behind the rising heat swells inside me. I understand that my battered body is unable to put up a fight. But I cannot lose. I must maintain this power. Keep my emotions under control as I determine the best course of action at the moment. Think, how can I turn this situation around? What can I do to protect my companions? Only one at the moment. I thought passes through my mind.
It seems I'll have to make use of that. I should have had maintenance done, like Fuka-san said.
The plume of dusk within me flares strong as if responding to my heart. Right now I would do anything if it gives me the power to fight, even if it results in shattering my own self. Please, give me the power to protect my friends, to protect Teddy.
Persona, rise up!
Teddy kind of dead though.
Beginning frame coding. Stand by, EXO.
Are you still gonna try something? Sounds like you really want to fight that. That's cool with me. Here!
The axe the fake wields flashes towards my face and I hear the boosters roar. Would jumping over it evade it be best before I can decide my body reacts?
It's no use.
Oh shit. Wait, what did... I don't remember this. I cross my arms and take the blunt of the strike on my forearms. Violent sparks fly up in the collision and the force of the attack travels throughout my entire body.
What? You saw it just like that? How did you... I'll just slice you in half!
A Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Igus. My sister's fake stays where she is and leaning heavily onto the axe, pushing it against me. My joints scream as I push back and white smoke streams through the gaps in my armor. The internal senses repeatedly report that I am operating at my maximum capacity. It's not enough, I need more. More power.
Oh, my. My John's shining. What are you doing?
Teddy seems to have been awakened by my violent sounds of our clashing and stammers as he lifts himself to the floor. I relieved that he's able to move, but from his point on, everything is a gamble.
Teddy, please stay away. The probability of maintaining self-control in this mode is less than 1%. I'm sorry, but I can't guarantee that you'll be safe around me. It's ready. Releasing all limiters. Extreme Orgia mode.
Extreme Orgia mode. What? I don't remember this in the base game. Didn't know Igus was a Saiyan either. My bad.
Finally!
Oh, is this like... Okay. Do I have infinite ammo? No. Okay, but infinite Orgia mode is OP. Is it possible to achieve that state normally? If so, that's busted. I just spammed the flame wheel and my missiles. It was truly only coincidence that I'm still alive after releasing all the power of my Plume of Dusk. But applying my persona's materialization sequence to reinforce my body's skeletal systems and armor plating allowed me to endure a far stronger load than my component could normally handle. I suppose it truly is extreme Orgia mode. My My sister's double turns into a black mass and begins to melt as it collapses into a puddle. Glimmers like golden sand trickle upwards out of it and disappear into the ceiling. I finally reach Teddy and help his injured brown body sit up.
Teddy, I'm so sorry. It's my fault.
Ai-chan, you were so cool. I regret nothing. Please, take care of Yosuke.
Teddy!
Just kidding. The building begins to creak, the structure groaning like a giant, and the entire tower begins to quake as well. Both the creaking and tremors are getting stronger compared to what we had felt earlier. In addition, a beastly howling thunders down from above. What is that? Is there a voice? Could it have come from a much higher than the room where we rescued Mitsuru-san? Eddie's eyes snap open at this eerie sound.
What was that?
I don't know, but it seems a great power is trying to awaken.
Someone please respond!
Just then a desperate plea cluttered by interference speaks out of my mind. That voice is Rise. It's difficult to hear her due to the interference, but there's no mistaking it. The communication seems to be coming from quite a distance outside of the building.
Rise-chan, you're okay! Oh, I'm so glad!
Teddy? Teddy, is that you? Where are you right now? Are you hurt?
I'm in the tower that appeared at school. I'm with Ai-chan, so I'm okay. I think.
Ai-chan? You mean Aige-san? Aige-san, please listen. There's a ton of red fog swirling around the top of that tower right now.
Where are you, Rise-san? Can you see this place from there?
Also, your mic is really bad, almost as bad as Umbra's old mic.
Yuki Senpai and I are in town searching for but we can't get out because there's a horde of shadows closing it.
The message is cut off before we can hear the entire thing. From what it sounds like, Rise and Yukiko appear to be in town together just as expected. If she said horde and shadows so close together, they must be facing a dangerous situation.
We have to go at once! Rise-chan, we're coming for you! Ow! 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 Ow!
Please wait, Teddy. We've both been damaged quite badly. If we move now, we'll likely be in danger.
Yeah, that's true. But I just can't sit here and wait. Away! My back!
Teddy was surely wounded quite badly, but knowing his friends are in danger, he seems unable to contain himself and attempts to force himself up to his feet. I feel the same way. I must relay to everyone what Rise said about the school as soon as I can. When I approach the window to find out where we are, I see two figures leaving the school building.
That's Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san.
Thank goodness! They managed to get out before us.
I can understand why you want to hurry, but those two are attempting to rescue the others as well. Let's proceed with caution so that we can meet up with them quickly.
Mysteriously, I can still move as well, even though my frame has reached the very limits of its operational tolerances. My joints creak ominously. The sheer strength of any emotion to save my friends forces my body into action. If Teddy and I feel the same way, I'm sure we can keep moving.
Got it! Ow! Anyway, let's move. I'm getting fired up. Let's do this! Onward!
As they say, yeah!
Why yeah? I can't help but smile at Teddy's enthusiasm. I leave the music room and the wreckage left behind after a recent battle and run down the hallway towards the exit. Okay. To be continued? What? Okay, what now then? I see. So now we continue with Mitsuru and Akihiko. And the main story continues as well in Labris. Okay, so up the tower. The world of me. Alright, cool. We'll finish off this little section here and then, yeah, we can focus on Labris's path. We ran at the top speed through the fog enveloping the town of Inaba. Not a single soul could be found outside. This night reminds me of nothing more than the dark hour. Akihiko must feel the same way as he runs beside me.
Mitsuru, how are Aigis and Teddy doing? They must have gotten out into the town by now.
You're right. Let me search for them.
He still calls him Teddy. I concentrate and search the area for any readings. My search ability only has a limited range. To make matters worse, the images that appear in my mind have severe interference, likely caused by this strange fog. This fog seems to be symbolic of Minazuki's solitude, as if it's trying to sever our connections to one another.
I found them in the town shopping district. We'll be able to catch up with them quickly.
Alright, let's hurry to join up with them. Then we can compare notes.
Fortunately, Igus and Teddy appear to be very close by. We hurry towards the readings in an effort to meet up with the others. Over here.
Ow! My back still hurts. Getting old sucks.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Do you age, Teddy? I don't.
How did you guys even get down here first?
Oh, by the way, there's something I've been meaning to ask you, Ai-chan. Is there anyone you like?
What do you mean?
Come on, you can't fool me. If you don't have anyone, then you and me should...
Igus! Teddy!
Michan! Aki!
Akihiko-san, Mitsuru-san, thank goodness you're both safe.
Whoa, what happened? You're both beaten.
I was careless. We were ambushed by an enemy and suffered severe damage.
Though they're acting brave, it's obvious at a glance that both Teddy and Igus have been severely injured. It's clear that they won't be able to fight properly for a while.
Is someone... Please respond.
Rise-chan! I hear you! Talk to your lover bear!
Is that you, Kujikawa? We can hear you.
That voice. Mitsuru-san? Thank goodness. I heard you were captured.
Yes, but we're fine now. I'm sorry to have worried you. Where are you right now?
Yukiko-senpai and I went out to look for Kanji and the others, but the town's turned into a maze.
But Rise does not answer the question. We're trying to save you.
I lost track of them while we were getting our bearings. We're thinking about heading back to Junes right now.
All right, keep going to Junes. We'll head over too, so we'll meet you there. Tatsumi and Shirogane should have arrived already.
Understood. Please be careful.
Alright, now that that's decided, we need to hurry. Igus, Teddy, can you go on?
Leave it to me to guide you to Junes. I'll use my nose and...
Teddy appears to have sensed something. He turns and looks at the shape that appears further down in the shopping district. After all that's happened, do they still intend to make us fight? No, from here on they're doing this just to buy time. The shape ahead draws closer and I see it's a double of Satonaka. There's no need to wonder about whether this is the real one or not.
You left everyone else inside and ran away? What happened to all that fun stuff? Oh, maybe they just don't need you anymore. I guess you're the runs of the litter.
A fake Chie-chan! Bears have packs, not litters, and we're not runts!
It's fine, Teddy. Let it say whatever it wants.
I stop Teddy as he tries to lash out in response to the fake Satonaka's harsh words. It's true that we made a mistake in being captured by the enemy before this started, but still.
I've made some errors this time, but we have our comrades. Even if one of us was to fall, the rest of us can complement each other. My standing here right now is a result of the trust we have for one another. I will carry out my duty, and you will be stopped.
Oh shit. That's a pick. With my thoughts on my comrades who left for the top of the tower at the foremost of my mind, I grab hold of the hilt of my rapier. No matter what taunts these shadows may have for me, my heart will not be shaken. My comrades will have my back. All I have to do is keep proceeding onward.
No. We will protect this world. We will not lose to the likes of you.
We're the most powerful lineup ever! We'll prove that we've got the upper claw here!
The two of them are so hurt that I'm surprised they can even move, but the fire in their eyes is stronger than ever. I sense their will to fight shining through. Such an admirable resolve. We will take on this burden in their stead. Next to me, Akihiko slams his fist into the palm of his other hand and steps in front of Igus and Teddy.
I was hoping for a chance to fight about now. I felt myself getting rusty. The rest of you can sit back and watch.
This tournament is foolish, but I was given one of your insipid names. It's time I showed you the power of the Execution Queen.
Now we gotta do Akihiko. Come on, he's the best character. He's the best P3 character. Actually, no, the best P3 character is Tanaka. Let's be honest here. He'll be teaching you business tips that you won't be learning in school. Not the good ones either, but... Alright, do this. Take this. Oh, really? I just activated it. it's over. Just realized Akihiko only has 2 persona cards, which means if Caesar gets hit twice, that's over. He has no more. Damn. We don't even turn back to look at the melting shadows anymore. We rely on Teddy's nose and run with all our speed through the red fog towards Junes. Damn. They didn't even give like an ending cutscene to Shadow Chie. It's just,
There!
we gotta go.
Come on, everyone, hurry!
We eventually see the large store that I had last been in when we exited the TV world. This building must normally be quite lively with customers, but now it looms with an eerie silence within the dim red fog.
Our rendezvous point is on this building's rooftop. Everyone remain in contact while searching for Kujikawa and the rest. Stay alert.
Every day's great at your Juness. Hello?
A monitor on the side of the road flickers and that General Teddy suddenly appears on the screen.
What the? You again, you phony bear! What do you want now? Thanks for coming all the way out to such a remote place. Did you enjoy the P1 climax? There were so many touching battles this time. But, too bad for you. Unfortunately, you've all served your purposes already.
What do you mean by that?
Just what I said. When you fought, you released fragments of your personas. And I've gathered more than enough of them. Thus, there's no reason to keep you persona users alive any longer. Prepare to be swallowed by a surge of shadows!
Once General Teddy finishes, the monitor shuts off. Silence fills the area once again.
What is this shaking?
With a thundering roar, a vicious black liquid geysers up from everywhere. This black wave surrounds us, whirling madly and searching to close in.
Ah! What the?
There are so many shadows. They're going to attack. Please, be careful.
Cheeky bastards. Come! Persona!
Akihiko's persona, Caesar, swings his sword towards the approaching black wave. The massive shadows retreat for a moment like a receding tide, then immediately surge towards us like a tidal wave.
Artemisia!
Persona!
Initiating summon sequence. Athena!
We summon our personas one after another, but have no choice but to fight back. If things are this bad out here, I have to worry about Kujikawa and the others who are inside. We must get inside as soon as possible and meet up with them. But the horde of shadows pours forth without stopping, giving us no respite. Even the entrance to Junes has been completely covered with the black mass. If this becomes a drawn-out battle, then obviously we'll be at a disadvantage. I feel a sense of listlessness. After being on that cross, I'm severely exhausted. Even Igus and Akihiko are moving less nimbly than usual. Teddy fights on as if trying to protect the 3 of us, but he's injured as well. He won't last forever.
If this keeps up...
Rise-chan! Yuki-chan! Nao-chan! I'll be right there!
More shadows incoming. They're not stopping.
Where was he hiding this many shadows?
My vision begins to darken as if layers of gauze are being wrapped around my eyes, and I feel more tired than ever. Though each shadow may be inconsequential on its own, their sheer numbers are too much to contend with. My arms drop to my sides and I can't lift them anymore.
Mitsuru! Hey, hang in there!
Mid-chan! Watch out!
Mitsuru-san!
Come on, can't you pull it together? I really don't want to get involved here, you know?
Oh shit, Adachi. What the? Magatsu Izanagi. As the sound echoes out, my vision returns and I see a shape moving towards us, mowing down the horde of shadows. Is that just a persona attack? The shadows that have been overwhelming us retreat and a path opens up towards the Junes entrance.
You are...
Oh man, you guys look terrible. That's what you get for sticking your noses into places they don't belong.
The newcomer is a man who speaks languidly while scratching at the back of his neck. That persona attack must have come from him. It looks familiar. The serial murder case that took place in Inaba last year, I try to remember the name of the former detective who had been arrested as a suspect.
Are you... Toru Adachi?
What? I thought Adachi was in police custody.
Wow, I'm famous now. You're Mitsuru Kirijo, right? I guess the rest of these people are your subordinates?
What What's Adachi baby doing here? Wait, you must be a fake too.
Oh, trust me, a fake Adachi is probably actually more terrifying because he'll be cussing you out.
Huh? You too? A fake? Yeah, that's it. I'm a fake.
Yeah, that's in character for him. Yes. Oh, they think I'm a fake. Yeah, that's right. Everything about his response radiates insincerity. He seems to be an intelligent but shrewd man. But for right now, it doesn't matter if this man is a fake or not. What matters is why such a person would go out of his way to help us.
Why did you save us?
It wasn't just for you. If you died here, it'd be trouble for me. I have to obey the rules.
Rules?
Never mind, I'm just rambling. Still, isn't this an impressive number of shadows? I bet you'd really be able to get up to something fun with this many. Like, oh, say summoning up a god or something?
Summoning a god? Is that what that show guy is doing?
So this horde of shadows seems to have been gathered here by that other Minazuki after all. He's intending to use them to awaken a godlike being. What he called his world is one where the thing has descended, but that will result in the fall, utter destruction.
I'm just guessing. And if this many shadows were to head over to that tower and start wrecking shit, that building wouldn't stand a chance, would it? Plus, anyone inside would be in for some real trouble, wouldn't they? Well, it's not like it matters to me. I'm gonna be on my way now. Good luck or whatever. Aren't the rest of your friends in here at Juness? You kids love crowding together after all. Don't you think you'll win with those numbers?
Hey, stop! Where do you think you're going?
Don't, Teddy. I know you want to go after him, but we're all exhausted right now. We need to prioritize meeting up with your friends.
Toru Adachi doesn't even look back at Teddy and begins walking at a leisurely pace in the direction of Yasogami High. We quickly lose sight of him as he becomes lost in the muddy stream of shadows.
Toru Adachi. At the very least, he didn't seem to be a fake made from a shadow.
Is he scheming something after all?
No matter what his aims were, it's true that we were saved in the end.
Save thinking about it for later. We need to hurry.
Oh man, he actually showed up. We run along the path to Juness's entrance that had been created for us by Adachi's strike, and rush into the store and up the stairs. Gushing shadows have entered the building as well, but they are far fewer in number than they have been outside, and aren't much of a hindrance. Eventually the stairs end and we see the door that opens to the rooftop food court. In the food court beyond, a horde of shadows have regained its intensity and continued flooding in one after another. 4 Persona users from Inaba are fighting them, even though they are experienced fierce fighters and have survived many tough situations. It seems they are having a hard time fighting against the sheer volume of these shadows. What are you talking about? This is a turn-based game. Just hit him with a Megidolon. Easy.
Damn it! I'm getting more intense again. There's no end to this.
Then pop one of those Somas, and then pop another Megidolon. Easy.
You can't give up. Mitsuru-san and her people should arrive soon.
Right. We can't lose somewhere like this.
Rise-chan, Now-chan, Yuki-chan! I'm so glad you're all okay! I'm coming over right now!
Oh, Teddy! And Mitsuru-san too!
Teddy should have been considerably exhausted and injured, but seeing the faces of his friends must have given him strength. He darts towards his friends as fast as his little legs can carry him and joins their battle line. They are united by a strong bond as well. We can't fall behind either.
Ted! Hey! You intentionally left me out, didn't you?
Yep.
You're loud as always. Do you still have a lot of energy left? You don't go down easy, but I see you're barely hanging on.
Don't underestimate me. Half your stuffing's hanging out anyway, so you don't get to say anything.
Sorry we're late. You did well in keeping him at bay. We'll join in the fight.
With a sense of relief at seeing everyone we had been unable to locate, we quickly tell them of our situation and check on their conditions. It's clear that all of them are tired and injured, but now that our numbers have doubled, we should be able to make up for that by cooperating with each other. As it turns out, we are slowly but surely able to push back the seemingly endless torrent of shadows.
We can do this! There's enough of us here now that I'm sure we can win!
Yeah, it's just one PNG. Come on, you can do this.
It's too early to be relieved yet. The shadows all over town are converging on that tower. At this rate, our senpai in there will be...
Shirogane is right. If we are held up here, we won't be able to aid those who have headed up the tower. If the shadows are gathered with the intent of climbing that tower, then we have to take the chance of returning to the tower ourselves to intercept them.
But considering the sheer number of shadows, that would be too dangerous.
Mitsuru-san, Ken-kun has given me the details. This case has many similarities with Shuji Ikutsuki's plan. I believe the culprit has the same intent. And considering the current situation with these hordes of shadows, the time is nigh.
Sho Minazuki called Shuji Ikutsuki his father, and then there's also what Toru Adachi mentioned. There's certainly enough circumstantial evidence. This time, Naoto speaks of it's nothing less than the end of the world.
Do we have no choice but to entrust this to the others here? Isn't there something we can do, Mitsuru-san?
This isn't the time to argue, Mitsuru-san. We have to go.
What's there to worry about, Mitsuru? There's only one option here.
Everyone wants to return to the tower, completely disregarding their own safety. Not a single one of us is afraid to volunteer, even at this desperate situation. In addition, we've been forestalled again and again since this started. It seems that my position as the leader of the Shadow Operatives has put me on the defensive without without my noticing it. We have to go on the defensive now, now that we have the strength to do so.
Everyone, listen up. The shadows are likely gathering at that tower. Their goal is likely to bring about the coming of a god with the power to destroy the world. We must stop this at all costs. Kujikawa, will you lend me your strength? We'll combine our communication abilities to contact Yamagishi. They need to be told of the danger.
The first step is to make contact. I task the other 6 members with making sure that the area is secure, then take Kujikawa's hand. We both feel a familiar tension, distinct from what we felt in battle, as we focus our thoughts and concentrate on the tower.
Persona!
Though the situation is truly chaotic and the end of the world is drawing near, the vision that appears in my mind is surprisingly clear. To think that Kujikawa's communication ability is this powerful, it's equal to Yamagishi's. I've also been told that it's evolved to some point that she can participate in combat now. These Persona users of Inaba have great potential hidden within them. That's right. We have the obligation to protect this town, their future.
Fukusan is somewhere around the middle of the tower?
Hold on, Kujikawa. There's something in the sky.
There's a reading of something approaching at high speed from the fog-filled sky. Eventually, the rhythmic sound of a helicopter reaches our ears. A large helicopter with the Kirijo group markings approaches us as out of the fog. The pilot must be...
Kikuno! That's you there, isn't it, Kikuno? Respond at once!
Lady Mitsuru! Thank goodness you're safe.
What are you doing there? This airspace is dangerous. You must withdraw at once to a safer area.
You're all putting your lives at stake by fighting. I refuse to shame myself by withdrawing.
Then throw down the rope ladder already. We need to get up there. I can only smile at the way Kikuno refuses my direct orders. She won't hesitate to risk herself for my sake. They never change at all.
And there's something I must tell you at once. We've decoded more of the records from Shuji Ikutsuki that I gave to Labra-san.
What's that? I can't hear you between the shadows growling and the terrible earpiece that we're wearing.
We've reached a point where there is a description that seems to be hinting at the security code. If we can solve it, we may be able to fully unlock it. The clues to the password are my true form that I should take, and the one written of in the prophecy.
One written in the prophecy? Okay.
Prophecy and true form? Could this be about what happened back then?
Mitsuru, you have to remember. That insanity Ikutsuki was a slave to. Remember the speech he gave us?
I can never forget that night 3 years ago. The night we were cast into the depths of despair. Ikutsuki looked down on us with insanity in his eyes and told us of his own ambition.
He said he would become a king in the new world. With that in mind, what he strived to become, his self-professed true form.
The new world that Shuji Ikutsuki strove for, a world where everyone besides himself has been changed into a shadow. What he did, he believed his true form would be...
King of the Fall.
There's no mistake, those words symbolized the distorted ambitions Ikutsuki had become obsessed with, and what he truly believed he would become.
That's it! The password was accepted, and the file's been unlocked. I'm opening the file now.
Oh my god, it's an MP4 of Ikutsuki twerking for 3 hours.
There's no time to wait for an analysis. Kujikawa,
Oh,
let's try
God.
again. We need to get this information to Labras through Yamagishi.
We direct our search in the direction of the tower once more and detect Yamagishi. Near her are a number of other readings that appear to be in combat. They are Narukami, Satonaka, and Hanamura. Seems they are fighting valiantly to protect Yamagishi. Though they have been injured, I sigh in relief, sensing that they've made a recovery. We immediately open communications with Yamagishi and relay our situation. According to Fuka, the sudden storm of the shadows in town had begun pouring into the tower as well. We then passed on our own conclusion and the reason for the horde of shadows and our information on the password. Even Fuka seemed lost for words after hearing this, but she quickly recovers herself.
So that's why all these shadows have been flooding in. We'll stop them here as well. I'll tell Lapras about that password at once. Please be careful, Mitsuru-senpai.
Everyone looks towards me once the communication ends. They're waiting for a word from me with such impatience, but don't worry, I understand.
We will now head to the tower to aid those who are still in there. We'll have to force our way in. We will combine the strength of our personas and fight our way through.
As they say, that's what I'm talking about.
No one says that.
This is starting to get interesting. I'm getting pumped up.
All right. If that's the plan, then it's time to bust out all our skills.
They need to
Better
update
not fall
Igus's
behind,
language model to say, in the thick of it. Please don't actually.
Roar! I'm getting fired up! Wait for us, Sensei! Wait for me,
fuck.
Labby-chan!
It's my bad, I hit my mic.
Interfere with my tremendous strength!
Right. Lapras and Chie are fighting too, so I can't just stay here.
What's that? I can't hear any of you. The frickin' shadows groaning, the helicopter up above, and it's too loud. The moment we were about to step towards the tower, I noticed the black silhouette of a vehicle lowering its altitude close enough to graze the horde of shadows.
Kikuno, you need to leave Inaba and stand by until we contact you again.
No, my lady. This helicopter is loaded with two 7.62mm Gatling guns, 19 continuous rounds of 70mm rocket ammunition, as well as a 30mm chain gun. Though these cannot damage shadows, they will be useful in preventing their advancement and providing you with some measure of backup.
Don't be ridiculous. It's too dangerous. You're...
Lapras-san asked me why someone who couldn't use a persona would risk their life to go to a place where shadows appear. No matter how slight it may be, I can still provide some assistance to you all. I have been prepared to risk my life from the start. My lady, I have my own battles to fight.
Kikuno-san.
Mitsuru, are you gonna repeat the same mistake?
You're right. It doesn't matter how strong or weak you are. I pushed Narukami and his friends away before, and now I'm doing the same to Kikuno. Kikuno, I accept your determination. Aid us from the helicopter. We must reach that tower at all costs.
Understood. I will see you there safely, even if it costs me my life. Let us depart.
The helicopter rotates in place to face the direction we will be proceeding in. I mean, judging on this still, it kind of looks like she's actually killing the shadows, given their masks are flying off, but okay. I guess it has no effect. With a tremendous concussion, a rain of bullets showered down with a massive shadow, splashing bits of blackness every which way. The wave that has been completely covered the roads loses its intensity and begins to retreat.
Now!
Right!
All right!
Come! Persona! Go!
Persona!
Here goes!
A line of sparkling light runs down the wave of shadows, accompanied by a roaring sound. We can do this. We nod to each other and leap one after another into the newly opened path. We must head to the tower where our comrades are fighting so that I can carry out so we can all carry out our duties. We should have just jumped on the helicopter, you know, and had her fly us to the top of the tower like the eagles in Lord of the Rings. But then that would have cut down. They would have got rid of this entire thing and just put us here in the last place. All right. Well, that concludes that. Let's continue with Labrys's story. The 5 of us who had been entrusted with pursuing Sho are proceeding towards the top of the tower. Right. How many floors have we climbed already? Distorted hallways and classrooms appear at every turn. There's no sign of us reaching the end.
The quakes are growing more and more frequent. I guess this means the time is running out?
You know, that Minazuki guy talked about making his world. But how is he going to do that?
If we presume he's following in Akutsuki's footsteps, then he's going to gather shadows, merge them, and summon some great power. You mean that thing Minazuki-kun was talking about?
What do you think, Junpei? I mean, you've been surprisingly quiet. Are you not feeling well?
Huh? Nah, I'm fine. Coaches are well trained, you know. I guess it's just that I'm feeling all tense. All this end of the world stuff isn't anything to joke about. I've got people waiting for me. Like the kids have a game coming up next week, so there's no way I can lose here.
Stupé's being serious for once. Looks like he's grown up a bit. I guess I should learn from his example.
Is she calling him Stupé still?
Junpei has leveled up. You don't want the world to end either, do you, Labby-chan? You just woke up after all.
Yeah. I don't want to lose this world after I've met everyone. I gotta do my best.
Here it goes again. Wait, didn't we see this classroom earlier? I feel like the fog's getting thicker too.
It won't be good if this keeps up. Since we can't get in communication with Fuka-san, we don't even know what's around us.
No matter how far we go, the maze of the fake Yasogami High just keeps going and going. Outside, there's nothing but fog as far as the eye can see. We're starting to get flustered because we can't tell how high up we're gone.
Come on, keep your cool. Getting all aggravated won't do us any good.
You're so positive as always, Junpei-san.
You think so? I think you've changed, though. You've gotten taller, too.
Huh?
Why do you sound so relieved?
I'd been wondering if I hadn't changed at all. I made a promise to Mitsuru-san that I'd live life like a child.
What's that supposed to mean?
Is that hard to do or something? It's difficult. I don't know what it's like to be a child, so I wasn't sure if I should keep doing what I've been doing.
Huh. I guess being an adolescent boy is difficult.
You should just live your life the way you are. I mean, you are a kid.
That's right. You can't trust Mitsuru-senpai's idea of childhood. Can you even imagine what she was like when she was a kid?
Whoa, you're right. I can't. It's impossible for common people like us. Speaking of children, that show dude is the perfect example of a spoiled brat. One moment he's joking around, and the next he's incredibly pissed off.
Yeah. What would someone have to go through in order to make them seriously consider destroying the world? What happened to him?
The topic shifted to Shoku, and Kodomaru passes us by and stops before one of the doors.
What's up, Kodomaru-san? Is there something bothering you about this classroom?
When I approach the door that Kodomaru is barking at, I can see stairs leading up inside the classroom. I'm sure that I wasn't the only one that was hoping that this was the place. Junpei quickly opens the door and we step inside. Aside from the staircase, the room seems like a normal everyday classroom. Desks are lined up in rows and a blackboard dominates the front wall. I can't help but be reminded of my own yearnings to go to school and live life as a human. Even at a time like this, I smirk a bit at myself, and just as I'm about to follow everyone at the stairway...
Looks like you've made it all the way here. Now what to do?
General Teddy fighter?
You're General Teddy! We finally found you.
General Teddy, the mastermind of this tournament. With his cape and a fearless grin, General Teddy is completely different from the real Teddy we encountered earlier, and even though the screen he has an ominous air about him, I checked him with my sensors just in case, and sure enough, he's a shadow. Now, this isn't a normal shadow reading. What in the world is this?
This is getting out of hand, so I, General Teddy, will face you myself. Now bring on the ring!
When General Teddy lifts his little hand up, the familiar red pillars appear in the four corners of the classroom. Tension running through the area pushes the concerns from my mind. There's no time to think about it. I have to prepare to fight.
Now it's time to have some fun. Those who hinder the creation of my world shall all perish here.
Whoa, someone's got a big mouth. My world? This has been our world from the start. We're not just gonna let you destroy it that easily.
Destroy? I will not destroy it. This will be a new beginning. The beginning of a world of my own, where only I will live.
Only you? What about Sho?
This doesn't concern you. The vessel will soon be complete. Nothing you can do at this point serves any purpose.
We won't know that unless we try. Kodomaru!
Like hell we're gonna let you start anything like that.
Let's take this guy down and move on.
Easy. Alright, let's do it with Junpei. Too many choices. I'm sure we'll get a chance to use all of them. Shadow Teddy. I am surprised they didn't make General Teddy his own fighter.
Finally.
Mass destruction.
Combo attack! Combo attack! I'm gonna roll! They're falling apart! Go get him! Persona! You're a Persona!
Alright, combo here. Nice.
Over here! Combo attack! Over here!
Eddie Swing. Oh, even Junpei has the title, Mighty Slug-Out Swinger.
No matter. That was the limit of this temporary body. I've bought enough time.
Huh? You're not gonna melt now?
Junpei noticed the fake we've defeated up until now have lost their shapes quickly after being defeated, melting into a black ooze before disappearing completely. This General Teddy is just as confident as he was before the battle and has the same smile.
I knew it. You're different from the other fakes. Who are you?
Who am I? I'm General Teddy. Who else? Well then, bye-bye, you pesky vermin.
Hey! Get back here!
General Teddy swirls his cape around him with a laugh and disappears, vanishing into thin air without a trace.
Hey, Yucatan. He said something about a vessel being completed. Wasn't that kind of suspicious?
Yeah, it must mean that we don't have any time left, and when we defeated that General Teddy, he didn't disintegrate like the other fakes.
There must be more to this case.
Ken-kun is right. General Teddy is different from the fakes that we'd been running into up until now, plus those words he said before fighting. Whoops. Minazuki-kun said he'd make his world, and Sho talked about my world. And yet General Teddy said... The quaking starts again, the blackboard and the podium rattle loudly, and some of the decorations of the wall fall down. The building shakes strongly for a long time as if asserting that the time is drawing near.
Can you all hear me? You're very close. I'm getting a strong reading just up those stairs.
When we hear Fukusan statically communicate, we feel a sense of tension fill us. We steel ourselves and make our way up the stairs in the classroom. But why is there an accent grave on the communicate? Staticky communique? Like why French? Unexpected French. At the end of this long straight set of stairs, we find a door that we open, that heavy, cold door. We see... Made it. The hazy moon immediately grabs our attention. It seems much closer than we had seen it when wandering around town. And then there are these countless crosses, the same as the ones that Mitsudo and the others have been bound to. These crosses are scattered throughout the ovoid area we find ourselves in.
No way. Is this place?
Is this the moon viewing tower from Gekkoukan High?
It really feels like we're outside with a strong wind blowing towards us. This must be a landing jutting out from the side of the tower. I see a number of oddly shaped objects around. In one of those places, I see a black shape flying towards us. When it lands, I see Sho.
That's right. It's where you killed Ikutsuki. This time, it'll be the place where you all die. See? I've already written what's going on your tombstones. It's some real poetic obliterature. Just kidding.
Shokun, please stop this! Even if you do it, it'll change nothing! Is this all because you hate us? Because we stopped Ikutsuki?
You really don't ever shut up, do you? I already told you that I don't give a shit about some dead guy. I'm doing this because it's fun.
I'm sorry, but Adachi already claimed that. He already claimed that purpose.
Watching you all freak out is hilarious. You're nothing but goddamn pests that can't do anything on your own. So I can't stand you buzzing around. That's when he spoke to me and said, you should just destroy the world.
Isn't that the greatest suggestion ever?
Let's stop this. You keep saying Ikutsuki doesn't matter to you, but he's all you've been talking about this whole time.
What was that, bitch? Ikutsuki was a worthless ass who did whatever he wanted to be and still ended up dead. That's all. I don't give two shits about someone like him.
That's not true, Shokun. You're only running from your problems. You shouldn't turn away from your true self. Shokun, come back with us. None of us hold any of this against you. Didn't you see what happened before? I'm a machine and I hurt everyone, but they still accept me. You're just like me. If you have somewhere you can go back to, then you don't have to do this.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Shut the hell up, goddammit!
His flustered rant suddenly breaks off. The X-shaped scar behind his red bangs is a glowing, a dull reddish white. I already know what this means.
That's enough. How far must you go in attempting to ruin this plan?
You're Minazuki, huh?
Unfortunately, the borrowed power has been exhausted. From here on, I have to deal with you myself.
An emotionless icy glare pierces us. Minazuki, the one who awakened within Sho, and to use his own words, the one who grants his wishes.
It's him again. Are we really sure that he doesn't have split personalities?
I concentrate carefully on his presence. This isn't just a new facet of the same person. This is a completely different presence than before. The reaction from my plume of dust is even stronger now. I can see it clearly. Shokun is a plume of dust within his body.
Minazuki-kun, what I said goes for you, too. You're the same as me. What you are is the plume of dusk itself.
That's right. Ikutsuki had a plume of dusk implanted in this boy during his experiments, resulting in my birth.
I knew it.
However, I still have no love for that man. After all, he tried to have me erased.
Erase you?
Yes. Ikutsuki was nothing more than a threat, who was using this boy only to throw him away later. But this boy was something different. He suggested that we try to act exactly like Ikutsuki. He created fake Ikutskis.
What? Wait, where are we going here?
He even went so far as to gain access to the Kirijo servers to try to gain more information about Ikutsuki.
Then, you were the hacker Kikuno-san told us about.
But Ikutsuki, the only other person this boy knew, had already died by the time the boy awoke from his coma. All that was left to him was the truth. That man had tossed him aside like a piece of trash.
Okay, hold on. Can I turn down this fucking wind? No, I can't. Wait, options? Pause menu? No, I can't. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna turn it down once we get to the next pause area. Or actually the next episode. All that was left of him, the man tossed him aside like a piece of trash, okay?
Seriously?
Since then, the boy did everything on his own. He had no help, met rejection at every turn. There was nowhere to go, and no one to turn to. You all believe that everyone is surrounded by other people just like you. But that in itself is only the beginning of this world's failures. The world holds no worth for this boy. Sho Minazuki was thrown into this world all alone, and he wished that everything besides himself would disappear. Then all I must do is grant him that wish.
Maybe it's ironic for someone like me to say this, but Minazuki-kun's voice sounds like a machine, completely emotionless. Perhaps even though he was a personality created by the plume of dust, he may have been trying to save Sho in his own way. But even if that was the case...
No, that's not what Shokun really wishes for. What you're doing won't save him. Even if you don't know how, or if you end up hurting others, human interaction can change people.
Labrys.
Silence, puppet. What would a thing like you know of this boy?
Silence, Brand.
That's right, I ain't human. But neither are you. You're just using his body while you try to destroy the world. You don't care what he feels at all. I ain't like you. No matter how much it hurts, or how much suffering it causes, I love this world.
Wow, well said. Great job, Labrys.
Right. What he's saying just sounds like he's running from his problems.
It doesn't matter if you're fully human or not. We're all standing here because of how we clashed with others and gained acceptance.
Very well. There is has nothing more to say to you. Persona.
Okay, I was like, is Kodomaru in the picture? He's not. He's a bit lower.
You have gone too far. Sit in shame of your own ignorance as you await the moment of your destruction.
Minazuki slowly draws his two swords while he stares at us with unblinking murderous intent. The persona behind him also readies for battle.
I will save Shokun, and to do that, we'll defeat you.
Oh, let's do Ken. I like playing as Ken. Simple gameplay. I just spam the Y button for Kodomaru and I do the same combo with Ken as I pull my spear forward, then pull it back, and then persona after that.
Here I come! Here I come!
Like, look at this. It's such cheap gameplay. That is insane. It is. All I do is spam the Kodomaru attack during my blind spots and I can never get hit. The persona wearing the golden mask disappears as if melting into thin air. The defeated master of the persona doesn't appear to be as wounded as he should be. He looks up into the sky with a somewhat absent-minded expression.
I've lost. The vessel will still be completed. You will not stop the creation of this boy's world.
Well, pack it up, guys. Time to get out of here. It must have taken an immense amount of damage. No normal person should be able to move even after taking a beating like that. And even Minazuki is trying to stand up. A certain thought crossed my mind. The will to stand and fight for someone else, no matter how wounded you may be. How Yukari and the others rushed to Inaba with me to rescue Mitsuru's team when they had been captured. How Yukun and his friends are fighting to protect the town. Minazuki's reason for fighting is no different than ours.
Minazuki-kun, so you do understand.
Not another word, lout. I won't let anyone get in the way.
The reaction from the plume of dusk has been fading, but suddenly it grows fierce and powerful, making the air around him tremble. He's still...
Tsukiyomi!
Whoa! Ah! Look out! You guys!
His persona appears and sweeps the area around him, causing debris to rain down upon us. Cutscene? What? You about to cut the moon?
This isn't good!
Lapras!
The instant Minazuki disappears above us, another quake hits. This one is so severe that we can barely stay standing. Every surface begins to undulate like a living being and large creaks run into the floor. One crack spreads into an actual crevice, separating me from the others. From beneath our feet, lost from view in the fog gathered around the tower, something dark is rushing towards us with a deafening roar. Oh
Is that a
no.
horde of shadows? Kodomaru!
They're back. On the opposite side of the cleft from me, Ken-kun and Kodomaru summon their personas to fight the horde of shadows. Yukari and Junpei follow suit. It's an insane number of shadows. The horde of shadows crawls up towards us, making the tower outer wall appear to a swirling black mass. Soon, Yukari and the others will be...
Lapras, go! Huh? Don't look back, there's no time!
Go! We know what it's like to have to say goodbye. But you'd better come back to us.
That's right, I want to save him just like everyone saved me. If I don't go after him this instant, I'll never get another chance. Instead of stairs leading up into the red fog is ahead of me, I can pursue him now.
Everyone, thank you! I will protect this world!
And I'll do it for the sake of everyone else, no matter what. Charge up the long winding staircase up so far that I feel as if these stairs will continue all the way up to the moon itself. What is waiting for me at the top? More stairs. That's what. Gonna take a while to get to the moon. To be continued. Alright, perfect. Everyone's Wish, Chapter X. We will close off the game next time because, yeah, if I go any further, I'll probably run into the 2-hour mark. So, you know what? Next time we'll finish this.